Hello guys, welcome back to our Java course, and today we will discuss about constructors in Java. Alright, so Java is object oriented, right? So we have some things to learn specific to Java. We learned classes and objects in a previous video. Now let's see about constructors in Java. Alright, so let's go to our IDE. Right, so let me create a new class here, and I will create the main method too. Alright, to understand constructors, let me create a new class here. I will give a class name of EMP. So we discussed about classes and objects, right? So after creating a class, to access it with an object, what we do is we go to the main method and then create an object like this. We give the class name EMP and give the object name. Alright, so this is our object. But in Java, this is not enough. So we assign new keyword. Now the job of this new keyword is that we are assigning memory to this object. We are telling to Java that assign memory to this object. But then Java says, okay, I will assign memory, but how much memory you need for this object? We can't just say we need memory. We have to specify the size. We have to give space. Now that's where the constructors come. Alright. So every time we create an object, your JVM needs to know the size of memory required for the object. That's why we use constructors. So the main job of a constructor is to assign memory size to the object. Alright, so in order to create object inside of heap memory, we use constructors. For an example, if this class has an int value of I and a double value of j, the size will be 4 bytes for this integer and 8 bytes to this double. Now that size will be given to this object by the constructor. So every time you create a class, a constructor will be created inside the class. Even if you don't define it, Java will automatically create the constructor to every class you create. So here in our EMP class, there will be a constructor. So there are four main things to know about constructor. First, it has the same name as the class name. Therefore, it should be EMP here. Second, it is a member method, which means it has brackets after the name. So a constructor is a member method. Therefore, it should contain brackets. And third, as we discussed, it is used to allocate memory. And the fourth one is it never returns anything. So no any return types. There are no void, int, nothing. Just public will be enough as our access modifier. Alright. So this constructor will be automatically defined each time you create a class. Even if you don't create it, Java will do it. Therefore, we call this as the default constructor. This constructor is there by default, therefore we call it the default constructor. Alright. So in here, to the object, what we do is after assigning new keyword, we put the constructor. Now here I have assigned the default constructor. So even if you comment this, you can see there are no errors here. That's because this constructor is there even if you don't define it. Alright, now another additional use of this constructor is to assign values to the variables in the class. Alright, for an example, we can assign values to this I and j like this. Let's say 5 for the I value and j 10.5. Alright, so that is the one use of constructors. Alright, we use constructors to assign memory, but also we can use them to assign values to these variables inside the class. So when you create this object, with this constructor, what we'll do is this object will contain these values 5 and 10.5 for these variables, only for this object. Okay, so even this constructor is a member method, you don't have to call this method. That is the amazing thing about constructors. You don't have to call it. As soon as you run this, it will be executed. So if I print something here, let's say I am printing a hello. Now if I run this, you can see this hello is printed. Even if I only created the object, not calling this member method, it will be executed. That's because in Java, constructors will be automatically run. As soon as you create this object, this constructor will be executed. Now the next thing about constructors is that you can pass parameters. Just like a method, you can pass parameters here. So to do that, we have to create that constructor which has parameter inside it. So if I create another constructor like this, and inside these parentheses, I can pass some parameter. So you have this default constructor and also another constructor. So constructor name should be same at the all the time, right? So it cannot be changed, otherwise it will be not a constructor. Now if you want to create an object using this constructor, what you have to do is go to the main method and create another object. I will say obj2. But this time, if you want this constructor, you have to pass a parameter here. Alright, so this is an integer value. I am passing an integer value, so I will give integer value here. I will say 10. Alright, now this object will be made with this constructor, and this obj2 will be made with this constructor. And if I change this, and if I print it here only hi or something, and if you run this, you can see both are printed, because when we run this line, this constructor will be called, and when we run this line, this constructor will be executed. Now this concept is actually called constructor overloading. Now these are constructors and we are overloading them by using different parameters. Alright, so you can do it as much as you need. If I use another constructor here, and I will pass another value, not just in k, I will assign some value like double n, and instead of this j I will use p. It won't matter, but I will just use p to understand it better, right? And then if I print here something like buy or something, and here you can create another object by using next constructor, but this time you have to pass two parameters. First one is as an integer, alright, because this one is integer, and next one is a double value, so I will pass another double value like this. And now if you run this, you can see 3 lines are printed. So with this obj, we execute this constructor, and with this obj2, we execute this constructor, and with this obj3, we execute this constructor. Now we have multiple constructors with different parameters. Now this is actually part of a polymorphism in Java, right? We can use overloading and overriding in methods. We will discuss about that when we are doing polymorphism in Java. Alright, and also another use is that if you want to pass some values for these with the help of these parameter, you can simply do it like this. I will assign p value for this I, and I will assign n value for this j. So when you use this object, we have these values to these variables, alright, only for this object. So that is another use of construct. Without just hard code them like this, you can pass them as parameters and then assign values to them. Alright, so that is basically all about constructors in Java. So just for recap, constructors are used to assign memory to this object. Alright, in order to create object inside of this heap memory, we use constructor. Alright, and the constructor should have the same name as the class name. And the constructor is a member method. And finally, constructor never returns anything. So there are no any return types, no int, no boolean, nothing. Alright, there are no return types to constructors. Alright, so that is all about constructors. Thank you for watching the video and please consider subscribing us and see you soon with our next video.